Listen, let's get into it, man. So, if you watched the last video, we hit you with the things that we dislike about the Black community. Fun topic. It was fun topic. We had a ball with that one. A ball. We had a blast with that one. It's very fun times, man. So we thought about it. Listen, of course, if we hit y'all with the things we don't like about the Black community, it's only right that we hit you with things we do like about the Black community. I see my man over there getting his notes out for this topic. I don't need no notes because I know everything I love about this community, about our community. So we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna make it real quick for you guys. Of course, blow the comment section up, blow the video up, like, subscribe, share it, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at the Black Culture Podcast. Listen, yo, this is a goal we set. Okay, well, this is a goal I set. Price is just figuring this, learning this right now. So I don't want to say we. Yo, I want to see we're at, as of now, while we're recording this video, we're at 188 subscribers. I want to see how fast we can get to 500. The goal is 1,000 and beyond, but I just want to see how fast we can get to 500. And I believe we can do that. You know, we just need your help. You guys have been liking and watching our videos. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Continue to tell a friend. Listen to us on Apple. I was listening to us on Apple earlier. My wife she listened to us on Apple earlier. I come in the house and she just starts literally like she did this earlier, Price. I came in the house from work and she just got to talk about the last podcast we posted. Like, I guess she listens to it when she cleans up around the house. We have quite a few people. So don't forget, we're also on streaming networks, Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I say iHeartRadio at the Black Culture Podcast. So check us out on there. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Black Culture Podcast. If you out and about, just tell one person about the Black Culture Podcast. Like, that goes a long way. So again, thank you. You got anything to say before we start?
Let's get started, bro.
All right, man. So listen.
So what we like about the Black community.
Well, hold on. Let me cue it up. Listen, man.
Bro, you just queued it up.
Listen.
Man, it's gonna be another 20 minutes, man. Come on, man.
Talk about talent, man. Everything, like, most talented culture to me is Black culture, if you want to count many things. So I think I went first last time, didn't I?
Yeah, so let me cue this one.
So go ahead.
All right. So last video, we talked about the things that we do not like about the Black community. And honestly, I feel like we should make a part 2 because there's a lot that it's transpired since that last video. And you guys are gonna see that too. But no dislike exists without likes. And the truth be told, there's a lot more that we like about the Black community than we dislike. And when we talk about the Black community, we're talking about all the elements of our culture being our language, our food, our art, our history, our music, our dance, our fashion, our customs and traditions, et cetera, right? Any community on earth, they have their own culture. So within our culture, which has contributed to world culture, we want to get into the things that we like, hell, even love about our culture and our community. So I think I went first last time. So I just wanted to bring us in. So Willie, what's one thing that you love about the Black culture and the Black community?
One thing I love about the Black culture and Black community, man, is how can I put this? Just our minds, right? Like the creativity that we have, like this ability to take something and just take something small and just make it something like big. Like, we've done more with this than I think any other culture. Like, you give us this, and this is one reason why it kind of frustrates me too when we don't do it. But if you give us this, man, we literally can become millionaires and become rich and very wealthy and help everybody with just picking this up. Like, and like, man, they say the mind is a terrible thing to waste. I think, like, man, just the creativity, like, not even like talk about sports. You talk about cooking, acting, artists, music, like just the stamp that we've put on history, on the world. If you look at music, our handprints is all over it, like all over it. Like we
Willie,
are music.
one thing, bro.
What?
No, I said one thing. You going into
Oh,
2 and 3 and 10 things, man.
oh no, my bad. My fault. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So mine, resilience. We are the epitome of turning lemonade from lemons, right? We know how to turn lemonade from lemons, turn lemons into lemonade. That's probably the better way to say it. Just think 100 years ago, 1921, Tulsa race riots, Black Wall Street. And there was a few of them around the country. Burned it to the ground. 100 years before that, we were literally in slavery. Slavery didn't end until 1865. Think about, and go 402 years ago was the beginning of slavery, 1619, from where we came to where we are now, right? We literally are probably the most resilient group of individuals to have ever walked the face of the earth. To be able to take what we've done, and things have not changed in this country without our hand and without our push in order to push that change. Otherwise, can you imagine what we'd be if we didn't have the Black leaders who pushed for change? We would still be back in 1865, 1619, because trust me, they did not want to give up the privilege of having slaves, all that free labor. They still don't want to pay us now. To this day, we actually take it, right? And like you said, the creativity, the talent, that's contributed to that. But when we talk about change and the resilience that we have to have turned everything that they meant for evil against us into good, we literally know how to take lemons and turn it into lemonade. So that's one of my favorite things that I love about us, our resilience and our refusal to just settle for what's been given to us versus what it is we really want.
Okay, that was a good one. I like that one, man, because we really are resilient. Just a will to not lose and not give up. Man, watch this, okay? Man, I love our Black women. Like, I love our Black women. Like, I have a beautiful Black queen, and despite all of the feminists or all of the the modern day women things, we're not gonna get into that. Despite all of that, when you find you like a good Black woman, like a good Black queen, you feel like you are on top of the world. And they are the most supportive species to me on the face of this earth. When you find like a Black queen, like, you think you've reached your potential, you think you figured it out, you think you know what I'm saying, you've done all you can do. Man, you find you a woman that can tap into you, that knows you, can push you, man, she will push you to do things that you never even thought of. Like, so I love, and you say it all the time, a woman can turn a house into a home. Price says that many times on here. So I love our Black queens. I feel like they are our history. They're part of our history. And like I said, despite all the other things, man, you find you the right one, the one that works for you, the one that fits you. Man, you guys can go from here. And once you get together, you connect, you go from here to here. It's a beautiful thing.
And to that point, there's a saying that's become popular within the past, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, but it's been a constant throughout history. And that is that Black don't crack. Right. So I love the fact that you can have a Black woman that's 50 looking like she's 25, or like a brother and he's in his 40s, his son's is in his 20s, and they
Our
look like
genetics
twins.
is like no other.
Yeah. I love our melanin and all the properties and the nutrients that it contains and what it's capable of, where once we reach a certain age, it's like we just stop aging as far as our physical deterioration. Having that magic, right? Black girl magic. It really is magic. it's not just a term. It really is magic. And to look youthful and be vibrant for, I was actually reading on Facebook today, a girl that I'm connected to. She said she was somewhere and a young man who's like 21 came up to her. And I asked, she's like, man, I think you real beautiful. Can I take you out on a date? And she was like, boy, how old are you? And he was like, I'm 21. And she was like, I got kids your age. He said, but thank you for the compliment. And I'm happily married. It's just like, but you really don't know
No, you
until they
can't.
tell you, because it's not something that is very apparent and visible. I mean, when you are a certain age, I guess you're supposed to look a certain way. Black people, we debunk that all day long. You can literally be, I mean, dude, Ice Cube literally stopped aging. Like that dude did not age, and that dude got to be close to 50. If and it's a bonus, like that's just natural. It's a bonus if you take care of yourself. It's a bonus if you take care of your health, you work out, you put the right things inside your body, you get enough rest, you drink enough water. That just adds to it, but we do that naturally. So I like that black melanin that we have, and it defies time. That's another one of mine.
That's a good one. I think we both can work with this one right here. I love our impact. Like, it's a lot of things that it may be good, but once we get our hands on it, we take it to a whole nother level. Music, sports, entertainment, movies. It's like it can be cool, but we like that extra.
We are the cool.
We yeah, no, we are the great. Like you can have something cool, but you throw us in there, we can make it great. Like, and I love that. It's like as much as they want to deny it, it's hard to do things without us. Like they don't want to admit it, but they need us. I think me and you had a conversation about this. Like, could you imagine? Let's just could you imagine sports with no black athletes? How do you think that would look?
Well, we have proof of how that looked. We have proof of basketball, football, and baseball with no people of color whatsoever. We have
Like,
proof.
yeah, it's like, man, it's a reason why you see the transformation and everything. Like, could you like look at all the classic things we like, the classic movies. Like, first classic movie come to mind to me is Harlem Nights. Like the greatness that was in that movie. Like that wouldn't work without us. So I love our impact that we have.
Yeah, that's a good one. And just to drill down into that, music. So we created jazz, we created hip hop, right? Jazz was created in Harlem, hip hop was created in Bronx. Hip hop is the number one export out of this country. Just think, and we were texting earlier about rappers, how big it's become. And this is less than 50 years, bro. How big hip hop has become. Like, I grew up listening to Nas and Biggie and Pac and Bone, because I'm from the land, and then you had Jay-Z's and just a whole host of rappers from down south, West Coast, East Coast. And that was back when hip hop was starting to get big. Think about where it is now, because I don't even know half of these rappers' names, right? And they all, I mean, it's got to be thousands of them now. And it's not just in America, man. You got rappers overseas in China, rappers in London, rappers all over Africa from the same style of music that came from America. Jazz, which is an international genre where you have jazz artists, phenomenal jazz artists of all ethnicities subscribing to this genre of music because of what was created right here by us. Dancing. Just think about our dance and all the dance moves that have been copied, right? And it seemed like whenever we come out with something, everybody else want to copy it. That's why I'm real big on ownership. But yeah, and it goes back to what you said, our creativity, the things that we can do. It's at such a high level. Just think about this. Michael Jordan, arguably the GOAT, black man. Michael Jackson, arguably the GOAT, black man.
Two great Michaels, by the way.
Two great Michaels, right? Then you've got Jackie Robinson. You've got, I don't know, man, Whitney Houston, arguably one of the greatest singers ever to walk the face of the planet. And the list goes on and on and on. I mean, I'm not going to keep us here all day, but the impact that they made, it like, I'm going to just take Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was literally the pioneer of making basketball shoes cool. He was the pioneer of getting major endorsement deals. He is literally the person, because of him, he made the NBA international. Before him, Magic had a shoe, Bird had a shoe, and those guys, and they just had shoes. It wasn't this phenomenon. Oh man, I'm about to go cop some Magics. You ain't hear nobody saying that. But when Jordans came out, man, was lines wrapped around the corner. And still to this day, the man ain't played ball in, I can't say how many years, but Jordans are still, I think, the top selling sneaker in the world, bro. Bro, you muted.
So let's stay right here because
Yeah.
let's go on to, because what I love is we trendsetters, and that pretty much goes into our impact. But I just want to throw the word trendsetters out there. Look over the history, right? Absolutely. There was a point in time where everybody in the world was wearing jerseys. Why?
Because rappers had on jerseys.
Right. Yep. There was a point in time where everybody had saggy pants. All of a sudden, I think it might have been Jay-Z or Lil Wayne. One of them decided, man, let's get these big ass pants out of here, these big shirts out of here. Let's get them fitted. All of a sudden, no longer you see people wearing big baggy clothes.
Bro, speaking of that, Jay-Z said, and I saw him on an interview, he said he was, I think, had lunch with the president of France or something like that. And the president of France said they was talking about sports. And he was like, you know, my son has cornrows. And he was like, really? He said, yeah, because he's a big fan of Allen Iverson.
Yeah, bro, we had white
like, just think about that impact. A kid who mainstream America would deem as a thug had the impact on the son of a head of state. Bruce Lee, the great famous Bruce Lee, used to mimic Muhammad Ali's feet, the way he moved around the ring. That's why if you ever watch Bruce Lee, he used to always mimic Muhammad Ali and the way he trained with his feet. That's why he can move so well. Yeah, bro, the impact is insane. Like I remember reading about the Sultan of a country called Brunei. Guys like worth 20 billion or whatever. He paid Michael Jackson. He was such a fan of Michael Jackson. He paid Michael Jackson $15 million just to come over and perform 4 songs.
Man, that's crazy. Like this, don't even get me started on like dancing, break dancing. Like, man.
Oh, like, yeah, bro.
Come on, man. Listen, shout out to him, right? Jabberwockies. Love the Jabberwockies. Those dudes can dance, but came from us. We did it first. The break dancing and all that. So like it even if you go to you're gonna hate me for saying this, Price. Man, we got white girls twerking now.
Yeah. Yep.
Like the impact and the trends that we set, like it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it really boils down to everybody wants to be us, but they don't want to be us.
Ooh, watch this. You remember back in the day, having a big butt was like, oh my God, like white women did not want big. It's so funny, man. Oh my God, I was having this conversation.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt.
Oh, listen, dude, I was literally, man, shout out to my dude Charlie. I was talking to him at work earlier. This white guy I work with, he was just saying, like, man, back in the day, white women, it was a shame to have a big butt. Now everybody has one because we always thought it was cool. Like I can't remember a time where a black dude wasn't attractive to a woman with a nice butt.
No, that's like a signature, bro. Like
Yeah, and it's like now look at them. They want one. Like they it's great. Like trendsetters.
lip,
Like we
butt,
set the
lips,
trends.
breasts, curves, the whole nine.
Yep.
And that's
Weave.
a weave, yeah. Nails, lashes, hair. Yeah, I mean, and that's a talk that we also got to have about culture vultures, because it seems to me that nobody likes something that we have until it's um in a sense copied from our culture to theirs, and I guess now it's acceptable. That's a topic that we got to have. But the fact that we are trendsetters and we set the trend, and look, let's be honest, this didn't start just 500 years ago. This has been going on for hundreds of thousands of years. We are literally the first men. I mean, that's been proven by science. East Africa is where civilization started, and then it spread out from there. And I'll say this last thing, especially when it comes to our impact on, I'm not even going to say society, but humanity, period. Our impact is global, and it isn't just with entertainment. I love the fact that we are great at entertainment, but we're so much more. Our impact and our contributions to math, science, art, excuse me, economics, politics, it gets whitewashed a lot because they don't want us to know the truth. But the Greeks learned from the Egyptians, which was ancient Kemet. That was Africa. That was black men and women. Ethiopia literally means land of the blacks. Africa used to be one country, you know, before it became the 54 it is now. If you look at Mandela, he looks Chinese, don't he? That's the Kosa people. Asia has so much African influence. It's ridiculous. They won't show you, but there's a lot of black people over there in Asia, indigenous ones who live there. If you look at America before it was America, and you looked at what we've incorrectly coined them as Indians, but the indigenous tribes here, where do you think tribes come from? It comes from Africa. And if you look at their culture, it's very similar. 90% of the world, actually 100% of the world, because white people come from Africa too, but 90% of the world, which is melanated, gets all of its culture, its influence from its fashion to its art to its, like you can listen to Indian music and you can listen to West African music. There's so much in similarity. So much. You can listen to Brazilian samba and you can listen to Caribbean music, even in the Northern Caribbean, from Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico, and you can hear the similarities. Even the movements in the dance. If we grew up in church, right? Look at how when we play shout music and how we dance, and then look at West African dances and tell me if you don't see the similarities. So our influence on we set the bar so freaking high. It's ridiculous. And there's a lot to love about what we do, which is why they want to continue to keep us divided, right? Like we don't even have time to get into everything. But this right here is just a great example of not only do we love our culture, we get to wake up and be black every day, right? And it's something magical when you get to connect with other brothers and sisters that's on the same wavelength as you. But it's also something to see people from other backgrounds, ethnicities, and those who might have been taught or conditioned to not like us, but love everything about our culture. And I'm gonna end with this, because I know I said I don't like it the other day, but there's a reason why we eat the way we eat. Not even talking about the unhealthiness. I love the way, and this is my last point, Willie. I love the way we season our food because we put that flavor up in there, baby.
Yeah, salt and pepper is not seasoned.
We make it taste good, man. And you don't have to overseason stuff, but when it comes to our influences in the culinary industry, because we don't just make soul food, we can make everything, right? There's black chefs, some very talented black chefs all over the world, and they can cook everything from French to Asian inspired dishes. I personally love West African and West Indian food, to Middle Eastern dishes and everything. But when we put that blackness on it, man, it just, oh my goodness, you can taste something and know that chef black. Whoever is back in that kitchen, they know what it is. But yeah, man, lots to love about the culture, and we're still a work in progress, but what we've done so far, man, has been iconic. That's what I love about the black culture and the black community.
Man, thank you. That was beautiful. This was fun. Again, if you watching this one before you watch the other one, go back and watch the other video that's posted. There's 2 parts to this. We're gonna do a second part of this and a second part to the first one. So make sure you guys go check that out. Man, we love you guys. We thank you so much. Listen, man, we want topics, guys. We love to hear from you. If you have anything you want us to touch on, anything you want us to speak on, just let us know. Put it in the comment section. Email us. You can email us at theblackculturepodcast@gmail.com. You could DM us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at the Black Culture Podcast. Hit us up. Continue to share. Continue to like. We thank you guys so much. That's Price. I am the Willie Ashford. Peace.